Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we'd like to say call Alayim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that taught us the truth. Shalom and salutations to the hopeful elect Hakim out there spreading the gospel throughout the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth, all right? Presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice, as the scriptures teach us to do. All right, shalom to the very few sisters that do listen up as well. I'm the brother Yar Meyer from the Great Millstone Chicago camp.
Brother Batakala.
And basically just meditating in the spirit, about faith and about whatever, this journey called life, may bring to you. You gotta think about our forefathers and think about the message. The scriptures say the things that are written aforetime are for our learning. And everything that happens in this journey, it might not feel good to the flesh, but that's the condition of the battle. And if you really think and know, and every man should feel like this that's in this walk, that you are a man of the Lord. You got to know this works for the better, So, go ahead, brother.
Book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love Yahweh, to them who are called according to his purpose.
Exactly, called according to his purpose. A perfect example of that is our forefather, Yahweh Joseph. All right, he was condemned by his brothers. He was in prison. He was falsely accused, because he kept his honor and integrity to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, which proved that the laws was around from the beginning, because that's before they was actually in stone. He knew not to commit adultery, which is just a side note, but he kept his integrity as a man of the Lord. But what happened to him didn't feel good. Being betrayed didn't feel good at all. But look how it works. That event ended up saving the whole nation of Israel. So you got to think about stuff like that. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 29, for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren.
Exactly, because if he the firstborn of many brethren, that's why if we go through this and get to this, we're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
Verse 30, moreover, whom...
What's happening, man? Yeah. No, I'm just over here fucking around right here watching. Hey, hit me up, man. I've been decent, bro. Hey, man, it's good to see you, my nigga.
Be smooth, Joe.
Jake, man.
But this Romans 8 and chapter 8 and verse 30. Moreover, whom he did predestinate them, also he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified.
Go ahead.
Verse 31. What shall we then say to these things? If Yahweh be for us, who can be against us?
Exactly. So, when you're going through these persecutions, these trials, these tribulations, whether it be you getting fired from a soft-ass job or your woman leaving, that shit hard. Call on y'all about Shemel Shai. It's lucky about that interrupters too, man. Niggas just rolling through the hood and see Jake, man. Jake get fired up and you ain't seen him, man. But yeah, whether it may be, you might be going through a struggle or something, or a trial or a tribulation or a test. All this is for the better of you, man. Who can be it? Read that last verse again.
This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 31. What shall we say to these things? If Yahweh be for us, who can be against us?
How are they going to win? You woke up and prayed to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You fasted. You reading. You going to the classes. You present your bodies as a living sacrifice. How the fuck are they going to win, man? Anybody that come against you, whether it's in a physical fight, whether it be some bitch breaking bad on you and trying to show off on you or whatever, man, you just got to know, man, it's just like a fight. It's just like a motherfucker walking up and punching Superman. And you watching this. You know they Superman. Yeah, that punch might look like it hurt, but you know the outcome. Go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 32. He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall we not him also freely give us all? Salakia. Romans 8 and 32. He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things?
Exactly. You think the Lord did that for nothing? You think the Lord, you think the Father You know, Yahweh had that be done for nothing? You think Yahweh Shah died in vain? Hey, I don't even like saying that, but I gotta explain it like that. Hell no.
Right.
He did that for us to be redeemed. And this is part of our redemption. This is part of our vindication, going through the trials and tribulations and enduring. The Lord got us, man. You really got to step out on the limb of faith every single day. You could get that next one.
And you know, the brother mentioned Joseph, man, and you know, one thing that I love about the story of Joseph is that he never got in the spirit of crying and complaining.
Nope.
Man. And that's a big part of it too, man. And he also wasn't in the spirit of holding no grudges. When his brothers ended up coming back down to Egypt to him and they needed to get food because of the famine, you know, he could have been a sucker and he could have let them die for what they did to him, like most niggas would do today. But he didn't do that, man. And he understood that what they did to him had to happen for them to be saved in the end, man.
That's right.
But this is the book of Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 8. By faith Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went. By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise.
Exactly. By faith, they didn't. Nothing was confirmed, man. Nothing was. We not looking for instant gratification or confirmation. We know that the Spirit said it. That this is just it is what it is. Things are gonna happen. But you got to keep your frame and stay firm and know that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is with you. What's the next scripture?
What was the other one that you asked for? I think you just asked for the Romans. You want me to read the next verse of this, or?
Yeah, but no, it was the Romans, because I didn't know they was in the same chapter. It was that Romans 8. That's fine, but you can read on in that.
Verse 10. For he looked for a city which hath foundations, whose builder and maker is Yahweh. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised.
Exactly. Because they heard the word of the Lord and believed it. And if we heard the word of the Lord and believed it, it don't matter how many times you get fired. It don't matter how many bitches break bad on you. It don't matter how many times you broke. Look, the Lord is with us and not with them, man. If the Lord be with us, who could be against us, Akim? So just endure and keep the faith, man. But with that being said, call Elohim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruka Kadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, and to the hopeful elect out there. Endure, have some faith, brothers, and shalom.
Shalom.